if there is any shift of weight during the movement. Hi.
Hi.
My name is Dr. Kewas, and today you came here for a posture assessment and adjustments. We might do some Alexander techniques, so I will have you do sort of some activities, but you will do them naturally, and then we will just correct the positions and the posture.
Okay.
So first of all, I will just have you standing. You can stand just like really normally. Try not to, lift your chest if that's not something you would normally do. Okay, so this is how you normally stand. I'll just look at you from the front at first, then also from the side. Okay, so from the front we can already see.
Often I have a phone.
Yeah.
So something like
yeah, I can see, because it just like really reflects on the posture that you currently have. So I can see that the shoulders are like really rounded forward. So there's like a little bit of the hunching in the back. Just have you standing like this. It also puts your shoulder blades into a tension. So they sort of like pop out of the spine. This part and area is really forward a lot, and it also reflects on the chest muscles. We also have usually a shortened muscles in the front, and if they are shortened, it usually makes you sort of crawl into yourself like this. So what I would recommend is definitely try to sort of open up the chest if that's possible. You can release now. I will look also at just move you this way now. Just also look at your hips. It seems to me that you're sort of standing, and you can't see that obviously, but you're standing and this side is a little bit more tilted towards this side. Okay, so it's a little bit lower, and this one on the other hand is a little bit higher, so it's basically like that. It's not that obvious, it's just like really tiny space, about this much, but it definitely shows. It might be because your weight is mostly on this leg. Do you feel that you're standing on your left leg a little bit more than on the right? That the weight sort of shifts more towards here? I'll try to palpate your hip bones. Could you bend forward for me, please? Okay. Is this as low as you can go, or you can go lower?
A little bit lower. Yeah.
Okay. And now if you lift up. Okay. So sort of see the issues. We would have to sort of move the weight more towards this leg as well. Good. There's just a few here. Good. I'll just try to undo the rounding in your shoulders. So what we don't really want to do is to lift the shoulders up. Okay, we want to have it down. We don't want it to be rounded forward, but we don't even want to be like pushing the shoulder blades together. What we want to actually do is sort of pushing the shoulder blades down. Does it make sense? Because if you sort of push them down, you will open up the chest in the front. However, you will not overuse the muscles to push it together, you know. So definitely just pulling the shoulder blades down and not towards one another. Okay, can you turn around for me to the front? So, can you have your posture just normally again? Just, yes. So what we can see is that there is a lot of tension on the trapezius shoulder. So it makes you look a little bit bulky. Yeah. If you sort of push the shoulder blades down, it makes the neckline much more visible, and there is not all of a sudden the tension in the shoulder blades.
But it's a little bit difficult.
It's difficult, definitely. You just kind of have to think about it sort of from time to time. You don't have to do it all the time, because right now your muscles in those areas are underdeveloped or basically weak. But if you train them, it will get better. If you stand straight like this for 20 minutes, sometimes even 5, you can all of a sudden feel that it's like really difficult and your back start to hurt and everything. And that's just normal. That's just like normal progression. But if you do it often, if you just catch yourself, you know, sitting like this or standing like this, just sort of do this. Keep it for 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes if you can, then just sort of you will automatically release it again. But if you do it often, the muscles will develop, your mind will have it unconsciously done basically after some time. If you just kind of notice from time to time how you feel in your body. Yeah, it's sort of like mental grounding sort of practices. Usually when you focus on your breath or on how you feel in your body, you will sort of notice. Yeah. So we have it like that. Also, when you're standing, there seems to be always a little bit of shift of the weight from one side to the other. That's normal if you're standing for a longer period of time, of course, but definitely if you're just standing for a shorter period, I would definitely recommend to just sort of try to have your both legs really grounded, like you're lifting from the legs, like they are actually strong. It will help you to maintain the posture that you actually want. Does it make sense? Good. So what we will try now, I will have a chair here, I will move it more to the center, and I will look how you're sitting down and how it affects everything, especially the posture. So if you can just sit down for me like you normally would, just normal sitting down. If you just like sit down like this, just do it like this. Or if you just sit down like this, that's all right. If that's how you normally sit, even if you're sitting with your legs crossed, that's up to you. Just how you normally would sit. Don't think about it too much. All right. So the first issue that we already have here, it's not more so about the back, but it's mostly about the legs. So especially if you're a woman, if you're crossing your legs, it's very ladylike, of course, but it actually restricts the blood flow from going. So that's why you actually don't feel your legs. And also it messes up your hips, because there is always a shift in the weight, and you're sort of pushing the weight on one of the hips a little bit more.
On the left side, like...
Yeah, which can then cause, you know, a little imbalance. And then, as you could see, one of your shoulders was more up than the other one. So this is something we really want to avoid, because it sort of like closes up your hips. So we'll just have your... Now, you can see that you sat quite afar, which means that your legs are actually in the air a little bit. So what I want you to do is move forward a bit so that your feet are actually touching the ground with the whole space. Okay, and as you already can see, if you push the legs a little bit into the ground, it will sort of lift you up a little bit more. So if you're consciously sitting with your legs really or feet touching the ground, it will just automatically make you sit a little bit more straight. So if you're sitting,
And should I have my feet like this or more like that?
ideally you would have them on the width of your hips. So if it's too wide, basically the hips in the socket will go a little bit more outward. But if they are like this, it's natural. That's just how you normally are.
And what if
it's
have
crossed?
Sorry.
It just goes really into,
Yeah.
you know, inwards and into a different direction, and it sort of messes up with the hips itself. And most people do not really take care of their hips, you know, in terms of mobility, flexibility of the muscles, but mostly the strength of the muscles. They're usually very undeveloped.
Yeah, and what if I have a skirt?
If you have skirt, well, then usually what is better is just to put your legs a little bit more, you know, inwards. But I would definitely move even the feet, because if they are wide apart, it can kind of like makes you open up the legs away from themselves. Okay. So next, what I want you to do when you're sitting, I want you to imagine that there is a string pulling you up. And it's not going only from the head, but it also goes from the chest. So the shoulder blades that we talked about before, again, will come down. They will not come together, but they will come down and will instantly make you lift. What does it make with the neck and the sort of like head position? As you can see, it's just aligned. There should be a line from the ear down right to the shoulder. But if your head is too forward, all of a sudden it's in front of the shoulder. It's not here in the middle. And if you're trying to do this, like really lifting the head up, it's also not natural. It puts a lot of strain on the neck muscles. You can try it. If you just like pull your head like this and really like this, can you feel the tension that it creates here? This will give you migraines. So don't try to do it. We really wanted to have it naturally, not forced, but a little bit forced, if you understand. Like this. That's good. Good. That's perfect. There's always the sort of string that pulls the shoulder blades down and opens up the chest. This lengthens the sort of breast muscles. If you just round your shoulders now, you can suddenly see or feel that it's shortened. And if you open up, I'll just show you. It just suddenly the area became much more wider. So what I want you to do is try to stand up now. And you will try to stand up, not exactly as you normally would, but you will try to stand up so that you end up in the ideal posture that we had. You will not use much of your arms when you're standing up. What I want you to do is to pull yourself forward like this and really press into your feet, and that will make you stand up without, and that's just wonderful. As you can see, all of a sudden the posture stays the same. Now if we are to sit down, you can try it again. It's sort of like if you are in a gym basically and you are trying to do RDLs, if you know, you sort of don't push the whole of your body like this, but you just sort of move the hips back and then sit down, which is the correct way how to sit. We can also see that the posture maintained nicely straight, and the neck and ear nicely aligned with the shoulder, and the head nicely like this. I will now have a look on you walking, if that's possible. I'll just look if there is any shift of weight during the movement and so on. But the most important thing that we learned today is definitely not to have your legs crossed when sitting. It's just something that we are used to do because especially women are sort of told that it makes you look decent, you know, in the society. However, it causes so much problems along the way that I really would not recommend that, doing it often. And if you sort of catch yourself doing it, you just say, oh, I forgot, you know, my lymph drainage system all of a sudden might suck. So definitely that's why your ankles might be a little bit more puffier, or the legs, you know, and etc, etc. So if you can just again stand up for me as we learned. Wonderful. Perfect. I'll just move the chair for now.
Yeah,
Release a bit. Oh. Definitely, if you need to just move yourself. It's not natural for the body to be in one still position.
Yeah.
Okay. You cannot sit 24 hours a day like this. You cannot stand 24 hours like this again. It definitely hurts at the beginning, but as the muscles progressively get used to it, it gets better. What I want to say, it's natural for the body to move in all directions, and that is what is needed. So if you're sitting like this, sometimes don't beat yourself up. Just notice it and say, okay, I'm sitting like this. I will try to make it a little bit better. And that's it. Don't be like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. I screwed it up. Now I don't have to do it anymore, you know, and so on. Like with the diet, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I will just now have you walk towards me. I'll be standing right here, and if you can just walk towards me, looking straight at me. You will just do a few steps and back. And now if you can walk for me in a normal speed. Okay, so first thing I've noticed is that you don't lift your feet from the ground almost at all. So you're sort of like pushing it on the ground, like if you're sliding, you're not sliding, you know. You just should really lift the foot from the ground and just change it. So try to sort of bend the knee, lift. It even helps you again with the hips. It just, if you're doing this motion, yeah, you will use hip muscles for that. Can you,
Yeah.
Can you feel it? Okay, so if you're just standing like this and you're doing this, you really feel the hip muscle moving, right? So if you're going and you lift the leg, you can feel it, can you? But if you're just moving your feet on the ground, there is almost no movement at all, which is not healthy for the hips as well. So what we kind of want to do is to lift, not much, but just tiny bit from the ground, so that it doesn't really like slide. We are not in a ice skating competition. Okay, so if you can just walk normally towards me now. Okay. Good. Can you do it one more time? Do you feel like the weight is distributed evenly?
Maybe the left side is a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You're putting a little bit more weight on the left side, always. Not as much as I now show you, but you'll do it unconsciously, and then again, that's all right. And then again, your sort of arm and whole body shifts towards this side. But as you are working actually on not sitting, you know, with the hips to the side, it will progressively get better.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so if you can just now stand for me in front of me like this with your back to me. Does it make sense? Good. I already can see that the height between those two changed a lot. It became a little bit more higher than previously. Just now trying to pop in the hips. Can you bend forward for me with your back straight?
Oh, back straight?
Yeah. Okay, and now release and make them rounded. Okay, good. And up. Perfect. That's good. So that seems to be all right. What I kind of want to do with you now is that I want to give you a few exercises. So what I want you to focus on is, because otherwise it will be really hard for you to do. As I said, the chest muscles are tightened, which means it sort of like pulls you into yourself. So what I want to do is for you to actually stretch these muscles, and not only that, but also do exercises on them if you can. So most people don't really know how to stretch chest muscles. Some people do it in the way, I'll just show it on you if that's all right, but you're just kind of like standing like this and sort of have your arm stretched and you are tilting away from it. But what I find to be much more sufficient is when you lie on the ground on your belly. So you're basically lying like this. Okay. So if you can just do it sort of for me, just like so that I know. You don't have to lie on the ground. Just like pretend you're lying on the ground in the air. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
You can stand with your both legs on the ground.
Okay.
So
Thank
far,
you.
yes. So and then what you will do is you will have this arm in 90 degrees angle. Okay. And the other one, this one, on the opposite side, will then sort of lift, and you will twist, and you don't have to really do this. Yeah. But if you lift your this leg into the air and then sort of twist your body, it will open up the chest muscle, because you're sort of like twisting like this, but this stays on the ground, you know, so it sort of like pushes you against the chest muscle. It's really not hard. It's very easy. And the plus is that you can just lie, you know, on the ground. So it's really nothing difficult. And it really stretches the muscle as anything I've ever tried before. So I would definitely recommend that. And then what we have to do is also stretching the middle of your back is very difficult. It's just almost impossible to do. Also, there's one just opening exercise I want you to try as well. So basically what you do you know all fours position? Basically when you're doing cat-cow, it's the, you know, like when you're on the ground and you're on all four. So you have your palms underneath, you know, your shoulders like this, but you have it like that, and then you have your knees under your hips, exactly. Now what you will do is that you will just move your arms forward, as much forward as you can, and you will open up the chest to the ground. Do you understand what I mean? You will just pull your chest towards the ground.
Yeah,
As you're like pulling your arms, it will just make it automatically.
Yep.
And then you just sort of, you still want to keep the knees under the hips. Yeah. But the chest will now open up to the ground.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to, you can keep your head on your forehead, or you can just put the head like on your chin, and we'll open up the chest. When it comes to stretching up the middle of the back, it's almost impossible. I would definitely recommend to go to a massage for that, because they will help you with the center of the back. So if you feel tightness there, that might be good, but you can definitely strengthen it. So maybe if you're going to a gym, that would be good. And if you are doing some like pull-ups or or you're pulling down some sort of whatever, that will be good for you. Well, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. This, you will see it everywhere. Okay.
Thank you.
So, and that's it, Mary. This was more over talking than anything else, but hopefully those information were interesting and helpful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.